Hi guys, 15-year-old me is quaking right now because I'm listening to Kerrang Radio. What a cool kid I am. I should probably turn it down though because we don't want copyright. We love Kerrang Radio, still to this day, not gonna lie. No, today I want to talk about New Year, New Me. This is something that I want to talk about on this channel quite a lot because New Year, New Me, I feel like is something that I really need to do. So I started New Year, New Me off with a bang. I joined Slimming World, let's get fit. Yeah. I haven't done great. I've stuck to it. I went out for a meal once since New Year's Day. And other than that, I've pretty much stuck on plan, but I do have some more meals out, so I'm kind of dreading that. But dieting wise, it's going okay. I'm going for my half a stone award. I've only been going 2 weeks. It's okay. So that's all good. I'm also trying to sort out my life, which is a really, really hard topic for me to talk about, because when someone says to me, what do you want to do with your life? It makes me cry. Not literally makes me cry, but it makes me go, oh, I have to think about that. I have to think about my future. That's brilliant. So I have to try and decide whether I need to get a full-time job until September, but I have to decide whether I want to go back into college or whether I want to just leave it and go back into just work full-time. Because I didn't enjoy education when I was at sixth form, but I feel like mainly that was because there was 3 A-levels, which for me was very, very stressful, whereas if I went to college, it would only be 1 A-level / BTEC, and I'd just be focusing on that. So I don't know, I'm in a pretty tricky predicament. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I've decided that I don't want to go to university, because the thing that intrigued me the most about university is the lifestyle rather than the actual education. Because I know loads of people who have a degree but they're not putting their degree to any use. So, so I'm just trying to think about exactly what I want to do. All the Killers, hi. Love the Killers. Okay, anyway. So, there's that. I also want to talk about confidence. So, something that I really, really needed to work on from 2018 was my confidence. So, once I left sixth form and stuff like that, I have lost a lot of confidence in myself, and I've got a lot of social anxiety, I guess. I think that comes from being so lonely during the day, because I work evenings, so I see people a lot, but not as much as I used to. I used to spend 6 hours with the same people every day for 5 days a week, and then do stuff on the weekends as well. So obviously, to go from that to drop to 3 hours in the evening with a completely different group of people, it kind of shook me. And I was a bit like, this isn't what I'm used to. And gradually I just lost social confidence and self-confidence because I don't know how to act around certain people anymore. Now, I'm always me. There's just different sides to me, I guess. You could say that. But one thing that I will say is that this new life that I have taken toll, I am enjoying. I'm enjoying going out and drinking. I'm not an alcoholic, because if you'll actually see, often when I go out, I don't drink that much. I'll have 1 drink, and 9 times out of 10, it's on a weekend. I'm not an alcoholic. And I'm 18. Now, a couple of my friends, they're a little bit older, and they'll go out all the time, nightly. And I feel particularly, I don't know whether this is just my school or my year, but nobody wants to go out. Nobody wants to go out drinking. Nobody wants to go out clubbing. Nobody wants to do cool stuff. Like, I want to go on holidays and I want to go out on the weekends with a cool group of people. Oh, I hate myself. Ew. You know, I want to enjoy my life, and I'm enjoying it more than I ever wanted to because I made friends with my new job. And I have to say, I kind of owe them a lot of credit for the person I became now, because this is kind of like an update on my life and who I am, if you will. So, I'm this sarcastic, lazy person, but I am happy in some respects. Like, I don't do a lot, and my sleeping pattern is messed up. I am nocturnal. As I'm filming this, it's 3 a.m. and I will not sleep until 7 a.m. when the sun rises. So I'm nocturnal, if you get what I mean. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm vibing it. So I decided I'd film this, because I want to talk about, like, this whole New Year, New Me. I am trying with the whole weight loss thing, but a lot of the New Year, New Me is going to be something that's going to be taking place across the whole year. It's not going to happen immediately. It's not going to take effect immediately. It's going to take, you know, a couple of months to get there. Like, my self-confidence isn't magically going to reappear. Like, I'm casually and slowly getting myself back out there in the social world, slowly meeting people. Social events terrify me. But yeah, I guess that's just kind of like who I am. Some people that know me, they'll know that, like, I don't know, because I'm still kind of nervous around people. I don't fully let myself go. But then on here, I'm like this different kind of confident. I'm like this different kind of confident that not many people understand. Like, I'm confident, but in my own way. And then friends that have known me for years, ever since I was like a kid, they'll know that I am completely different. But the thing is they're all me, but just, I have layers. Let's throw a Shrek quote in there. I have layers like an onion, and you know, it takes time to peel away the layer. So you know, eventually, that's what I'm looking for. Eventually, you will peel off the layer and get to see a new side to me. So, like, for instance, only recently I've started, like, having a really, really sarcastic tone with some of my new friends, because they don't, you know, they've never really had to see that side to me, but now that I'm getting closer with them, they're starting to see it, and they're starting, you know, people are starting to see different sides to me. And I feel like one thing that this experience that I've had of total isolation for a while, there was like a good month or so where I was completely isolated other than the 3 hours I worked, and I feel like the one thing that it's taught me is to be less tolerant. I feel like I was so tolerant, and I used to just take everybody's crap, and I didn't need to, because I deserve better. And I know this sounds really big-headed, but honestly, I always used to put people before me, and there comes a time when you have to put yourself before them. Like, a lot of people don't understand is that, like, my friends are important to me, but my family means so much more. So if my family is in trouble, I have to immediately be there for them. Or if, you know, my family are my everything, and nobody can ever take that away. Like, even family that I don't get on with, if something happened to them, they'd still be my protocol, you know. at the end of the day, blood is thicker and it's unbreakable. That's all I'm going to say. But at the same time, I do believe that you do choose your own family, and that I do have some friends that I do consider like family. Or did. Not necessarily now. But yeah. I'm getting there with people. I'm getting there. But there are some like lifelong friends that I will never forget. Like, they'll always be a part of my life. They might not necessarily be in my life right now, and we might not be as close as we used to, but they're always going to be a big part of my life. You know, there's no avoiding that. Right. So let's get back on to talking about careers. So I need to try and sort my careers out, like what I want to do with my life. So I need to decide what I want to do, where I want to do it, how I want to do it. Now, for me, the one thing I've always wanted to do is performing arts. It's always been that, never changed for like the past 7 years. All I'm going to say is that I kind of took a break from it, because a lot of people were saying to me that performing arts is a dead-end career. Now, in some respects I do agree, because my big ambition was to be this big West End performer, and do all these really, really cool, like, Carrie Hope Fletcher moments. But, like, and that doesn't happen for everybody. It doesn't. I think it helps that Carrie was kind of brought up in that kind of industry, and she is megally talented, like incredibly. Like, I think she played Jane Banks in Mary Poppins when she was a child. Like, she'd already had that on her resume when she was a kid. Like, that's crazy. But one thing I will say, and a lot of people don't know this, is I did actually achieve my dream of performing on a West End stage in one of the, you know, in my opinion, one of the most famous theatres in the country. I performed at Her Majesty's Theatre, where Phantom of the Opera takes place, and I performed. May I add, I was the first one on stage, like in like the whole thing. So for me, okay, so I might not, you know, have a leading role in a big West End musical, but I have achieved that dream. And at 18, to say that I've performed at the Royal Albert Hall twice, the Symphony Hall once, and Her Majesty's Theatre once, I think that's kind of a big deal. And I'm still constantly doing events like that. I always get invited to them, to do them. And, you know, I worked with Mr. Weasley. I think that's incredible. Like, to work, like to say, well, hi, I kind of worked with Ron Weasley's dad. That is one of my top moments in my life to date. It could be changed, but I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, and I was this close. Not really this close, but I was so close to him. I could, like, I wanted to cry so much. My fandom was just, but yeah, it was amazing. But so that's what. So I still want to go into performing arts, but I'm starting to realise that maybe West End, maybe being this big, famous, well-known person isn't something that I'm necessarily going to get. But perhaps maybe something a little bit less. So I actually have an audition on the 27th of January to be a performer. I'd be playing, hopefully, Letty Lutz from The Greatest Showman, and we do parties and events. So basically, they'd hire us to be at this event. So yeah, it's kind of exciting. Like, I really am very, very excited. It's something that, like, the fact that I just love The Great Showman because there is actually a big girl involved in it, whereas, like, before, it wasn't necessarily, you know, because there's loads of companies that like do Disney princesses and superheroes, but they're, you know, when they said that this is the Greatest Showman and they wanted Letty Lutz, who, you know, obviously in the movie was portrayed as this big girl with facial hair. I was like, is this a match made in heaven? Because the company just seems so good. It's so close to me as well, and I just really hope it goes well, honestly. So I do have that, which I'm really really excited for. Alongside that, I do also work, but I also need to try and find a full-time job because ideally 9 to 5, sorry, because in that way I can still kind of do my other job. Because, you know, if I'm doing 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and I get the weekends off, and I'm working the 9 hours in the evening, I don't really see it as a problem. So I'm super excited for life and everything there is to it. So, yeah. Right. I think I've rambled on for long enough. Nearly 20 minutes. We love this. So I'm gonna go and chill out, listen to my Kerrang, and just contemplate life for a good half an hour, and then apply for some jobs, and then maybe look at college courses. Because I have no idea what I want to do yet. I'm really, really, really scared, but we're gonna roll. We're gonna try. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Happy New Year. Sorry I haven't uploaded. I was like, oh, I want to post a lot during Christmas. I have no excuse not to post, to be honest, but just I feel like my content's pretty dry and that there's nothing to it, so I just don't bother. In my opinion, it's probably best, so yeah. Right, anyway, I'm off. I'm gonna probably make myself some food because I'm feeling really, really snackish. So, yeah. Okay, guys, bye.